Oh, the internet. What a wonderful place. We've got art, blogs, educational resources, and discourse. Lots and lots of discourse. I hope you've got your sketchbook and your cup of tea because you're gonna need to strap in for this one. Hey there, I'm Parako and welcome to my silly little art channel. If you're interested in art tips, tutorials, challenges, fan art, or you just enjoy my art in general, feel free to stick around. And hey, maybe drop a like and subscribe if my channel seems like your type of thing. Okay, thanks! If you were on the internet around 2020 at the start of, that little global pandemic we had, chances are you've heard of danganronpa, or if the name doesn't ring any bells, you've probably seen this bear, or this edit. A quick summary, Danganronpa is a series consisting of 3 main games, each of which following a similar plot, that plot being one where 16 teenagers are trapped in a school or on an island by an evil teddy bear, where they're forced to unalive someone and get away with it in order to leave. Everyone also has these pretty cool talents called ultimates, meaning they're the very best in their particular field. There are 3 games in the series, and no characters have confirmed ages, but it's important to mention that the cast of the first 2 games canonically grew up, they're all adults, so just keep that in mind. The first game was released in 2010, but the sequel, Goodbye Despair, was released 2 years later. And that's what I'm going to be focusing on in this video, as well as touching on some parts of the spin-off side story, Ultra Despair Girls. Keep in mind that this video will contain spoilers for the series, so if you haven't played it but plan on doing so, maybe sit this one out. I'll be focusing on one particular character today, a character I'm kind of known for being a huge fan of. Perhaps you know him from the Tumblr Sexy Man tournament, or Blue Acrasia's aforementioned infamous Rhinestone Eyes edit. Or who knows, maybe your first exposure to him was from my videos. You read the title, you saw the thumbnail, so you know full well I'm talking about Nagito Komaeda, my favourite character and an infamous one at that. He's known for being a little bit silly at times, and also for having some of the most dedicated fans, myself included, the internet has ever seen. Seriously, some of us have spent way too long analysing his character. You can't just like Nagito a normal amount. He latches onto your brain and consumes your thoughts every second of every hour to the point where you find yourself staying up way too late to make edits of him, or draw, or write him, or just consume that content. Or maybe that's just me. Anyway, with such a dedicated fan base that collectively shares one brain cell, disagreements are inevitable, especially disagreements about his sexuality and love life, because the internet cares quite a lot about that for some reason. A lot of the fandom definitely see him as queer or attracted to men in some way because of his not-so-heterosexual interactions with the main character Hajime, who is male, and even just because of the way he's portrayed in certain scenes, which is even more prominent in the manga from his point of view and in the stage play, with Reddit user Tuxman85 even going so far as to say, and I quote, "Bro's very zesty." It's important to note that he quite literally confessed his love to Hajime, even though it was toned down in the English translation, and in Island Mode he even says the two of them should be getting back to their love nest. Nagito, what does that mean? Care to explain? We also have this line from Kurokuma in Ultra Despair Girls.
Oh, what? Is this it? You're finally gonna come out of the closet!
As well as an official Valentine's Day cake of the two of them, and lots of official art. There's also an official song sung by the Japanese voice actor with sort of suggestive lyrics that could definitely be interpreted in a way that suggests his desire for intimacy with Izuru Kamakura, who's basically another version of Hajime, but that's a long story. The point is, Nagito's attraction to Hajime is no secret, and especially after their reconciliation in the anime, deciding to become friends after everything they'd been through, the pairing of the two had become one of the most popular pairings in the entirety of Danganronpa, and is definitely one I'm a big fan of. I'm not going to go into much more reasoning why exactly I ship the two, because I would be talking for way too long. But let me know if you're interested in seeing a video about them, because it's kinda clear how hyperfixated I am on them. Whether or not Hajime reciprocates is another story, of course. We can't get inside Hajime's mind, nor can we Kodaka's. So because of that, the ship sparked many wars on many platforms, leading to debates about Nagito's sexuality as a whole. Now, these debates mostly died down, along with the fandom itself, around late 2022, but they resurfaced and fired up again on June 29th, 2024, when Kazutaka Kodaka himself made a certain post on the social media platform bsky. He'd been asked a question along the lines of, who is the most possible female character that would or might have a romantic relationship with Komaeda during Danganronpa 2, to which he responded with these two words, female character. The person asking the question then said, well, of course, Komaeda is heterosexual, isn't he? To which Kodaka didn't respond. Of course, this can be interpreted many ways. I mean, it's only 2 words. He could be saying, why does it have to just be a female, as if to ask why they were only restricting it to heterosexual ships. He could also, however, be hinting at the possibility that Nagito isn't attracted to women at all. I mean, Kodaka did have the opportunity to mention pairings of Nagito with other females in the game, and he didn't. Nonetheless, this simple yet convoluted response sent shockwaves through the remains of the Danganronpa fandom. 2 of my art mutuals and I even did a collab where we drew Nagito with the MLM flag, jokingly celebrating his coming out. But let's be honest, was he ever in to begin with? The thing is, like I said, this led to arguments between those who shipped Komihina, those who shipped Kominami, and those who shipped Hinanami, even just the fandom in general. Some fans believe that Nagito is solely attracted to men, and I'm one of them. Some believe that he's pan or bi, that gender doesn't play a role in who he's attracted to, that he only feels love towards people who hold a talent or hope within. I also disagree with this, but my reasoning why is a bit much to go into right now. And some also believe that he's straight, which is, okay, you do you. Now, I'm just going to mention that I've also seen a lot of people use this discourse as an excuse to be homophobic. Like, I've actually seen people saying that people who ship Nagito with a guy are just trying to make everything gay, or that the LGBTQ+ community doesn't need any more representation. First of all, what? If you actually think that the queer community isn't a minority and that they get enough representation as is, the problem doesn't lie with a silly Danganronpa ship, the problem lies with you. Do yourself a favor and click off this video, go outside, and smell the fresh air, please. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, I'm gonna break down my opinions on each side and the upsides and downsides of each. Like I've said, I've been in this fandom for many years, and I think it would be beneficial to share my thoughts on different interpretations of Nagito's sexuality. A lot of people who do believe in MLM Nagito are using the Kodaka Blue Sky post as evidence. They're saying that this is canon, that it's what Kodaka intended, and that anyone who thinks otherwise is wrong. I sort of agreed until I saw another one of Kodaka's posts on the same site where he says, first of all, the questions I answer here are not official. What is official is everything that is said within the work. On the other hand, this is just what I, Kodaka, who created it, thinks, and it is not the correct answer. Use this as an opportunity to enjoy the depth of each character, or to say, no, that's wrong, and enjoy it with your own interpretation. I think that is communication with the characters who live in fiction. It's important, so please spread the word. Now, I think what Kodaka says here is super integral to all sides. I don't believe that with his posts he's trying to say blah 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 is canon and you can't think otherwise. What he's doing is showing his own interpretation of the characters, and whether you agree or not, your opinion is totally valid. He wants to encourage discussion about the characters, not force his own opinions. Though from this post, it can be interpreted that Kodaka most definitely does not view Nagito as straight. Either way, that should not at all be used to harass people who think otherwise. Let's just let everyone consume the media in the way that's most enjoyable to them, pretty please. There are a lot of people who do think Nagito is homosexual, but who ship them with different characters other than Hajime too, and that is totally okay. Same goes for the other side. While Kodaka himself has hinted that Nagito is attracted to gender identities other than female, it's fine in my eyes if you do ship him with a girl. However, I do strongly disagree with shipping him with certain female characters, as I see those pairings as very, very harmful and toxic. Again, I'm not going to go into my reasoning why, but feel free to ask questions or discuss in the comments. But if you like to ship him with a female character, or if you view him as straight, or even if you don't ship him with anyone at all, it's okay. What Kodaka wants is to encourage fun and healthy debate about these characters, not for shipping wars to erupt. In my eyes, it only becomes a problem if the ship is problematic, or if you try and force your opinions on others. And so just because I view Nagito as gay and I ship him with Hajime, it doesn't mean that I think that's 100% canon, nor do I think everyone should have the same views as me. And I know every fandom will have bad eggs, every fandom will have shipping wars, and every fandom will have things they disagree upon. But let's not let that discourage us from enjoying the media in the way that we like to the most. Who cares what you ship? Go ahead and ship it, again, unless it's problematic. I know this video is a little different and there's not much new art here, sorry about that. I'd like to do videos where I talk about not necessarily drama, but topics that interest me, so I'll probably be posting them in between art videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic and what your opinions are. Feel free to discuss in the comments below, but please keep things civil. And I'd love to hear some suggestions you guys have for future videos in the comments. That'll help me make my next video even better for you all, and it'll hopefully benefit you guys too. And the best part is that it's free and only takes 2 clicks. What a deal! Oh, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I'll post finished pieces, works in progress, and possibly even open commissions in the future. You can also buy me a coffee from this link if you feel like supporting me with a quick donation. All that aside, I wish you all the very best of luck on your art journey. I promise you're gonna do great. Remember to drink some water, get some rest, have a very hopeful day or night wherever in the world you may be, and happy drawing! Cookie, what am I gonna do? It's 2024, no one cares about danganronpa anymore. Does anyone even care about Komaeda in 2024? Guys, if you're seeing this and you care about Komaeda in 2024, comment with a green heart. Cookie, it's 2024 and I'm stuck in the past. I'm stuck in the past thinking about Komaeda and nagito Komaeda in 2024, Cookie. What am I gonna do?